Welcome to the Daily Shift. You heard that right. The Daily Shift. The show where we block out the noise and speak truth, train your mind, and help you become the absolute best version of yourself. Leo and Andrew are on their way. You're in the right place. And while you're here, take a breath. We're about to dive in. The show starts in 30 seconds. You ready? Take a deep breath in and breathe it out. Prepare for your shift.
Welcome to the Daily Shift. It is Financial Freedom Friday, and we're going to dive right in. Today's going to be a short, jam-packed episode. By the way, we are having a 3-day summit coming up on Monday. So if you haven't already got your free seats there for 3 entire days, we're doing it for our mastermind community, and we're opening it to the public. So y'all are welcome to sit in and join, hop in, listen. We got special speakers and a whole bunch of cool stuff. Today is Financial Freedom Friday, and I'm going to talk about the 5 things that keep most people trapped. The 5 misunderstandings or misconceptions that keep most people stuck in a loop, and how you can break free from those. Now, as I'm sharing these 5 things that came to me that I thought would be helpful for you, I'm going to share from my experience. I'm just going to share from my perspective of running 3 companies and what my brother and I are building together and have been building together for the last several years now. And my prayer would be that by the end of today's short but power-packed episode, you have some actionable clarity, next steps, ideas that you can jump into to transform your business and life, and you can start even this weekend. Number 1, most people think that working harder will make them more money. Money is math. Type it in the chat. Money is math. I want you to understand the relationship around money as it relates to leverage and building wealth and giving you the freedom you desire. Now, something that is going to be powerful, and this was a game changer for me, was when I understood that money really is math. And I was able to begin, and I say begin because it's a process, or begin removing all the negative emotion I had around money when I was broke. And then when I got money, I still constantly had negative emotion and stress attached to money. So when I was able to remove that negative emotion and actually look at it as money is math, it's the coupons, the symptom that shows up at my bank account that shows how much value I've been adding to the marketplace, then my perspective changed. Number two, most people have a misunderstanding around leverage. Again, just my perspective from the last 11 years in business is, number one, I don't personally guarantee a lot of debt. And I do use a lot of debt. I personally guarantee some for lines of credit for various projects and situations. But using debt is only one piece of leverage we talk about in the cash flow quadrants, talking about using bank money, private money, other people's money to be able to cash flow. That's powerful. If you can borrow $1 million at interest free and lend it out at a 10% value, well, do the math. There's $100,000 in your pocket you just found. So while money is math and while leverage can create wealth, the point I really wanted to understand that I think is the bigger misconception around leverage is the leverage of community, the leverage of connection, the leverage of what I call relationship capital. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to use other people just to get you what you want. That means if you truly help other people get what they want, the butterfly effect, the overflow effect will just happen because we add value every single week to our mastermind community. By proxy, they come back and say, hey, I want to do deals with you. Hey, you want to partner with me on this deal? Hey, can you help me with this deal? Let's do something on this one. By proxy, the overflow just comes back. And so regardless, I'm not talking about getting a big payroll or building a big team if that's not what you prefer to do, but you will always have a team. If you're in the real estate investing business, you always have attorneys. And the better communication or relationship you have, well, my gosh, they might just be the one to send you your next deal. You always have boots on the ground. You always have a team member doing calls for you if you're not doing them. You always have someone who's helping you build the business and you're helping them build their dream life. So understand leverage. You leverage your skills because if I sit down and try to do what maybe one of our team members does in the back end and automation, well, my gosh, we'd be a disaster because it'd take me hours because that's not my area of expertise. Whereas if he tried to do the same things I do, well, that's not his area of expertise. So how do we leverage our strengths? Number three, most people greatly misunderstand consistency and momentum over time. I think momentum is one of the greatest underrated tools in our arsenal. Because if you just do something, when we launched our community here a few years back, I hadn't realized the momentum I had been building for years by just doing deals and by just serving. I'd been speaking at various events all over the country for years. And when we launched our community, people started coming to us saying, how can we work with you? Now, I share this with you guys because you're building momentum, whether it is in your real estate investing business, whether it is in your personal lives, whether it's in a different type of business that you run. You are building momentum, even your relationships. Everything goes on what I call the ultimate scoreboard, and it is either taking you toward your goal, moving the needle forward, or just taking you away from your goal. So lean into momentum. When something's working, lean into it. Make decisions quickly. When it's not, move along quickly. Make decisions quickly. Number four, this is the biggest one. As we're moving to a conclusion on today's Financial Freedom Friday, if you implement the mindset of money is math, you understand leverage and connect with the right people equals wealth. Leverage will create wealth if done right. Not just talking about debt, although I do love good debt. Momentum is underrated. Lean into momentum. Number four, the illusion of freedom. Most people have a great misunderstanding of this because we scroll through Facebook or we scroll through Instagram or we've seen somebody on YouTube and they portray a certain piece, what I call their highlight reel. And I'm not too prideful to tell you that while, yes, I enjoy my life very much, I still do a lot of work. And I'm still in a season where I may be on a trip. We may go somewhere and be on, quote, vacation. I'm still going to pull out the laptop and I'm still going to respond, and I'm still going to connect, and I'm still going to move the needle forward because we're building a vision and a mission that's much bigger than us. And so what is freedom? To me, freedom is being able to go where I want, to be able to hang around people, only the ones that I want to hang around, and do things that I enjoy to do. One of the things I enjoy doing is building and working. I also enjoy in the evening, whenever it comes time to have a hot tea or a coffee and sit around and talk to friends or talk to my brother or build and grow. So understanding if you are building the life you desire. I don't know anybody who's ultra successful who's sitting on a beach with their cell phone turned off for a year at a time, never talking to anyone. And I'm not suggesting that's a bad life. Maybe there's someone out there. That's not the life I desire. Now, yes, you don't truly have an automated business if you can't leave it for a period of time. And I would agree with that. Yet, I think as a business owner, there is always a sense of responsibility as a father, as a husband, as a mom, as whatever you are in life. There's always that sense of responsibility. And so we will never negate that responsibility while we can absolutely build the life we desire of financial freedom and time freedom. All right. I think that is a huge thing. And get clarity this weekend. If you don't already have clarity, get clarity of what freedom is for you. Number 5, I think most people have had the misconception that one day some cool opportunity is going to appear and everything will change. Now, I will tell you, I've had some of those Red Sea moments, as we say, where a mentor shows up and everything changed, but it was because I chose to change with it. So nothing changes till we change. So when someone shows up and they're a catalyst for your change, then that changes everything. But if you believe an external person showing up is going to change everything for you without your effort, then that is a sure setup for a sure letdown. And I share that because I think being real with ourselves, saying, gosh, if I have had bad habits, if I have been, let's say someone, probably not on here because you guys generally are the hardworking type, but let's say someone is sleeping late, they're complaining about everything, they're not putting in the effort or the work. Well, all of a sudden changing location, going from one state to another and keeping the same darn habits, or going from hanging around losers to hanging around winners, which they probably won't keep you around very long if you're lazy, then nothing changes. You just go back to the same thing. You know, I had somebody tell me recently, hey, I tried all that stuff and it didn't work for me. I say, I respect that. We started digging in and come to find out they was just complaining about everything all the time. So every time they get around winners, the winners didn't want to keep hanging around them. Be fun to say yes to. So nothing changes until we change. So I challenge you this weekend to set an objective. What is it that you can change? What is it that you are determined to change? What is it you say, you know what, I'm going to change. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to shift my focus. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to shift my perspective. I am going to make sure I'm surrounded by the right people and take action this weekend. All right. Thank you guys for being here. If you didn't already get it, go to my page and grab your link to join us for the next 3 days, starting Monday on the summit. And yes, we will still be here live on our lunch break with the summit, but come hang out with us on the summit. We are going into the strategies of what's working today, closing deals, negotiating deals, where the market's headed, the Midwest Gold Rush, all day, every day for 3 days. You're going to hear from our friend Marshall Silver. He's going to be sharing with you insights on sales. You're going to be hearing from someone who has developed an incredible follow-up system sequence for the real estate investing business. You're going to hear from an STR pro. You're going to be hearing from a funding pro and a whole bunch of others. All right. So get ready. Get ready. We got a big week ahead together. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your weekend. Take these 5 lessons, these 5 thoughts, and go put something to work. Read a book, take an action, get up earlier, drink a coffee, and hit the gym. Determine that this weekend is going to be a catalyst for change for you. I'll see you Monday, same place, same time. And for all of those of you who take me up on my generous offer, I'll see you on the summit.